Hello, I'm Vastav, a cloud support engineer here at the AWS office in Bangalore. Today, I'm going to show you how to create a private integration with an internal application load balancer for an Amazon API gateway of HTTP API type. Let's get started. To create the private integration, we'll first create an Amazon virtual private cloud link for HTTP APIs. Then we'll create an HTTP API and a route. Next, we'll create the private integration with an internal application load balancer. And finally, we'll redeploy the HTTP API. If you enable automatic deployments, changes to an API are automatically released for you. Let's start by creating the VPC link. Open the API Gateway console. In the navigation pane, choose VPC Links and then choose Create. For choose a VPC Link version, choose VPC Link for HTTP APIs and then name your VPC link. On the drop-down list, select the VPC where your application load balancer resides. Next, select the private subnets that you want to include in the VPC link. Then, select the security groups for the VPC link. Finally, choose Create to provision the VPC link. It takes a few minutes for the VPC link to generate. Now, let's create the HTTP API and route. Open the API Gateway console and then choose Create API. Under HTTP API, choose Build. Name your API and then choose Next. On the next few screens, continue to choose Next and then choose Create. In the navigation pane, choose Routes and then choose Create to add a new route. Choose the Any method and then enter the route path proxy. Finally, choose Create. Next, we'll create the private integration. On the API Gateway console, choose Integrations in the navigation pane. Choose Manage Integrations and then choose Create. Select the route that you created. For the integration target, choose Private Resource. Under Integration Details, choose Select Manually. For the target service, choose ALB/NLB. Then select the application load balancer that you want to integrate with. Choose the appropriate listener port such as HTTP/AT. By default, private integration traffic uses the HTTP protocol. If you require private integration traffic to use HTTPS, then you can specify a TLS configuration. To specify a TLS configuration, choose Advanced Setting and then enter a secure server name when you're creating your private integration on the API Gateway console. For the VPC link, select your VPC link. Then choose Create to provision the integration. Finally, if you didn't turn on auto deploy, then choose Deploy. You'll get an invoke URL that you can test in a browser to confirm the integration is working correctly. So that's how you create a private integration with an internal application load balancer for an API gateway of HTTP API type. Thanks for watching and happy cloud computing from all of us here at AWS.